This video is sponsored by Trading 212, which lets you invest in real stock for free. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we are taking a drive in the all-new Mercedes GLE. It has had quite a big update, especially the looks underneath and inside, so basically everything. I really like the front while we're here, super aggressive. The rear, I don't know yet. I'll let you decide for yourself when we get there. And I'm going to show you all around it, of course. Show you all the stuff that's on this car, show you the spec we've got it in. Then I'll take it for a drive, show you some stuff on the inside and take it towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload a new video. And if you think that Mercedes is going to sell a lot of these GLEs, maybe you should check out today's sponsor, Trading 212, which is a great way to own actual shares of your favorite car company, if you think they're going to do well, of course. Anyone can invest in thousands of real stocks totally free. Just get the app, register an account in 3 minutes, use code AUTOTOP to receive a free share worth up to 100 euros and start investing without any fees or commissions. So if you think Mercedes-Benz is going to do well, you could buy Daimler stock. Alright, so today we are looking at a GLE in one of my favorite colors. It is emerald green, and I have reviewed an S63 a couple of years ago and it had the same color, and everyone in the comments was saying, no, that's not green, that's black, are you freaking colorblind? Well, I hope you guys can see this. I'm going to try to change angles a little bit, get really close, because there is a lot of green in there when it's in the sun. It is absolutely gorgeous, super sparkly. It is super nice. I absolutely love it. If this would be a GLE 63S, I would probably have already bought it. Okay, so at the front we've got new headlight units with this double LED daytime running light. I think this is an AMG package, an exterior package, so you have quite aggressive bumpers here and quite an aggressive front lip as well. It also has this grille we know from Mercedes nowadays. And it's the look of the GLA, GLC, GLB. It's just a little bit more straight, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more like a true SUV. A couple of big lines on the front, on the hood. We have 20-inch AMG wheels. Yeah, so this has an AMG package. 20-inch, absolutely massive, with some very large walled tires on there, which is really nice because it makes the wheels seem a little smaller, but it also means that it's a lot more comfortable and you're not going to hit that wheel on the curb. And of course it's more comfortable. That's the main thing. The wheel arches have been widened a little bit. You have this little extension, which looks really cool, especially at the back where it's even more pronounced. As you can see, that's quite a nice flared wheel arch, I would say. Looks pretty cool. We also have the night pack. That means that we get all this in black around the car. So we are at the back right now. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I'm not sure about the rear lights, especially. I think if you stand right behind it and you look at it straight, it's okay. But when you look at it from an angle, it's a bit weird. I don't know what it is. We have another problem. That exhaust is completely shut. And I don't have the Car Wow stick of truth. Maybe I can find one. So I'm just going to blatantly steal that from Matt at Car Wow. But see, that's completely shut. And the exhaust is actually there. This is not an exhaust. I don't know what this is and why it's here. There it is. Okay, so we've got a GLE 450, as you can see. 4MATIC is standard, and where did the wind come from? Okay, we also have these roof rails, which I absolutely love because you can shake the car and it looks cool, of course. So we'll take a look at the engine. There it is, 6-cylinder. It's a straight 6 with a 3-liter straight 6 with 367 horsepower and 500 Newton meters. It also has the EQ boost, 48 volt, mild hybrid system with starter alternator. I've explained this 1,000 times already, but it means that it has a really cool start-stop system that completely kills the engine. It will also kill the engine if you let it roll towards like a junction. And overall, it just means that it lowers the amount of fuel the engine uses, so it's better for the polar bears, for Horsey McHorseface over there, for everyone basically. And it also delivers a little bit more power, of course, 22 horsepower, something like 100 Newton meters, I think. But yeah, it works really well. It's just, you don't really notice it unless you start paying attention to it. This you do notice, however. That's carbon fiber, which is pretty cool. Certainly jazzes up this space around here. Pretty nice. The only problem I have with this hood, with this bonnet, is that it doesn't seem to really close. And you just saw me close it pretty hard because I was hoping that it would close properly, but that's not going in there any further. I don't know if it's supposed to go further, but that's just a little bit weird. I've tried it a couple of times, but it won't go any further than this. So we'll see. Let's check out the interior. This is all new as well. It is the car decided that we have crashed. No, we didn't crash, and I don't want any help. That's weird. Okay, so on the inside we have an all new interior with absolutely lovely air vents, with rounded squares. Everything is very sturdy, very SUV-like, and I really like that. It's not flashy. You know, it doesn't try to be anything else than an SUV. It's an SUV, it's tough, sturdy, and it doesn't need a lot of pizzazz like the new BMW X5 feels it needs. This entire center console is also nice and high, which I think should always be the case in an SUV. The X5 center console, for instance, is too low. I told you that in my POV review. I thought it was too low, which meant it sort of felt like you were sitting in an X1 or X3. This is a lot better. Mercedes really understands how an SUV should feel. Okay, so the MBUX voice activation, voice command is on. Stop. Stop.
Wat wilt u doen?
Stop. Thank you. Okay, so don't say the forbidden word. We also have this ambient lighting, which you guys know is the new big thing nowadays. Everyone has it. But this is actually pretty cool, but it has these lines running on the handles, which is pretty cool. Other than that, we've got a line running across from left to right, some more indirect lighting here in the window switches, in the doors. So yeah, that's nice. And we'll also open this for some extra light. Very nice comfy seats. They're not as comfortable as the comfort seats from BMW because they have that upper part of the backrest that you can tilt forward. But other than that, great seats. We also have the new twin 12.3 inch screens, which is nice. Still don't really like the entire OS of it. I think it's a little bit too messy and it's sometimes hard to find stuff, but it does look very cool and modern. Okay, so enough with that. We'll take it for a drive. All right, let's go. I haven't driven it, so we'll see how it feels. I absolutely love the seating position. As I said, everything feels like it's high around you, which I think is what an SUV should feel like. You shouldn't have the feeling that you sit on top of it. You should feel like you sit inside it, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'll show you guys the ambient lighting quickly here. Lighting, ambient lighting. So there it is, we've got this wheel and you can select any color from this wheel. It's insane, it's like 164 colors I think. So you can basically choose anything you want. The blue one, we always use that one because it's just the most bright. You can see this during the day. But you know, if you're driving at night, you could go for like a soft orange, which is a little bit more suitable for driving at night. Or maybe like a light purple, but it's absolutely, this works really well. It's really nice. I know some of you think it's bullshit, but I think it's cool. Okay, so we'll turn around here and drive it towards the Autobahn. So I'm in comfort mode right now, and we're going to see what that's like. We've got the Airmatic air suspension, which is a €2,000 option in the Netherlands, but you should always go for that. But they have also, oh that's nice, they have also developed a new type of air suspension. It's called e-body control, and what it does is it reads the lines up ahead and it checks for bumps and potholes, and it adjusts the suspension accordingly. And it can also raise one side and it leans into a corner. So when you have a sharp corner to the left, that means that your right side is going to be pressed down. So it will automatically raise that. So when you go into a corner, you sort of lean into the corner. Apparently it feels pretty weird. We don't have it today. We just have the regular Airmatic. But it is a super smart, super advanced system, and I would absolutely love to try that out one day. But I think it's super smart, and it just astounds me that these SUVs these days, I mean, they are so high up, they are so big, they just drive so well. I absolutely love them. Especially this one, because it feels like a proper SUV, you know? It doesn't try to be sporty, it doesn't try to be flashy. It's just an SUV. So comfort mode is nice. Gearbox responds okay. I didn't really like that response. Takes a while, has to think. So we are going to switch to sport mode, which means that everything tightens up, the air suspension as well, but especially the gearbox, that responds a little bit better now. So I would recommend driving it in sport mode if you want that gearbox to be awake. Because this is the 9G Tronic we've got, so 9 gears. It's an okay gearbox, but it's nowhere near as good as the ZF 8-speed. We've got a nice sound from that inline 6. As I said, we've got 500 Newton meters, but this is quite a sporty engine, as you will see and hear when we get to the Autobahn. This engine likes to rev, and I don't know if that's the most ideal choice for an SUV. So we've got a GoPro on the speedo, and we'll see what's what. Steering is actually really nice. nicely weighted. Okay, full throttle. So 0 to 100, 5.7 seconds, which is actually pretty impressive. Top speed 250. But as you can see, this engine loves that 4.5 to 5,500 RPM rev range. Apparently it also has a big horn from a ship up the front to let people know you're coming. Is this some kind of new safety system? I didn't say Mercedes.
Wat wilt u doen?
Nothing. Leave me alone. Stop.
Wat zegt u?
Stop. Stop.
Wat kan ik voor u doen?
Oh my god. Okay, so we've got a big whistle. I'm guessing, I mean, you don't have to study engineering for this. I'm guessing it's because that hood won't close properly. So that's not that good. I'm going to try again because I really like the sound. Ooh, it's like someone... It's like someone's in there with a pan flute. Or a recorder. What the hell? Okay, so we're going to ignore that because there's obviously something wrong with that hood closing mechanism. Other than that, I'm in sport mode right now and it's still super comfortable, that suspension. So it's really nice. I absolutely love how they dialed in the suspension on this car. So as I said, it is more of an SUV, more straightforward than, for example, a BMW X5 or a Range Rover Sport, which is proper SUV, but not really anymore because you now have that enormous touchscreen stuff right there. So I think this is more like an SUV. What would you guys prefer? If you could choose, you know, money is no object, what would you get? This Mercedes GLE, a BMW X5, a Range Rover Sport, or an Audi Q7? You can vote in the top right corner. Go vote for your favorite. My feeling, my gut feeling tells me that if I was interested in a GLE, I would always go for, or wait for, I'm not sure it's out everywhere, but I would go for the GLE 400D. The diesel engine with 330 horsepower and something like 700 Newton meters, that's an absolute peach of an engine, and it would work better in this car because you have that torque you can ride, and it also means that the gearbox has to shift down less often. So the gearbox, I think the gearbox would feel a little bit better as well. And of course you can tow more with that engine. But all in all, this GLE is a big step up. I mean, this interior is beautiful. The wheelbase has grown by 80 millimeters, which is a lot. And 70 of those 80 millimeters have gone to the rear passengers. So their legroom is up by 70 millimeters. You can also get this new GLE in a 7-seat setup, which was not possible with the previous one. So a lot has changed on this car. A lot has been improved. I mean, I really like the looks, I like the interior, I like the engines. The one thing I don't really like about these cars is the gearbox, but I think, as I said, with that diesel, that should improve. And I don't really like this OS, this operating system of this infotainment. It's not the best. It's just a little bit confusing sometimes and a little bit too much menu after menu after menu. So I think if they would tweak that a little bit, it would definitely improve. I'm not going to push this car too hard because that hood is not closed properly, and Whistle McWhistly face is just making too much sound. So if you want to check out the Autobahn video, you can click in the top right corner for the draggy acceleration video. You can also check out the times from 0 to 100 and 100 to 200. So I'm hoping that this whistle is an incidental thing and not some kind of production error, but I'm guessing it is. It must be incidental. It's too weird if it's not. So we'll switch to comfort mode, and little bumps, oh man, it eats them up. It's absolutely lovely. Last thing I want to tell you guys, or to advise you guys, if you ever have the chance to buy a new Mercedes at the factory, or if you're searching for a second-hand one that's relatively new, please go for this emerald green. It is absolutely stunning. When the sun hits it, it is so gorgeous. Yeah, I'm totally in love with it. I wouldn't mind having one of these GLE 400Ds in emerald green after my 535D. I think it would be I think it would be a worthy successor. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. So I'm going to end it here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button right there. You can also check out this POV review or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.